Are you in fear for your life? And you've gotten a lot of hate on social media for this.
I've lived in the witness protection program, all right? I've been threatened by professionals. I lived in fear of the assassin's bullet in the back of my head every day. I lived in fear of that explosive device under my car, which is why I checked it every day for 2 years, in those miserable, miserable times in the witness protection program. And through a combination of factors, I worried myself to a catastrophic mental health breakdown. My mental health these days is robust. I'm very well. I take great care of it. It's something I treasure. Yeah, I've been abused and insulted, and there's been pictures of my house posted on social media, on one occasion with a correct description of the bedroom that I sleep in. Why are they doing that? Right? If Paul was dead, like some fools would have you believe, because he's not, trust me, he is not. Let me just dispel any of that urban mythology, right? But just in case you needed me to add any weight to it, why would they be doing that? Because they've got his best interests at heart, because they want to throw me off the trail, because they want to frighten me, they want to intimidate me, they want me to stop what I'm doing. And why? Not only for PARLE'S benefit, but of course, let's think about it here, he is harboured and funded by serious and organised crime. Is he living in some gated mansion in Argentina? No. Right? Because he'd be too noticeable. Is he living a relatively modest lifestyle whereby he fulfills a purpose for organised crime because he's 6'6", broadly built, still athletic, so he's looking after himself, as I'm told? Yes, he's an asset to those criminals. But bit by bit, podcast episode by podcast episode, book by book, media appearance by media appearance, and thank you and everybody involved, I'm shrinking the world for Kevin Parle. And I'm going to tighten and screw that globe so tightly that eventually his 6'6" head pops up and law enforcement slap the handcuffs on. And then the criminal justice system can run its course and we will see what the outcome is. Because I'm not interested in those criminals and the crime that they're committing, albeit, let's just say, hypothetically, that I knew everything they were up to. Right? Say I knew that. Say I'd spent 18, 19, 20 months, however long, finding all that out. I knew what they were up to. I knew what commodities or crimes they were committing. I knew how it was funded, what routes they used, who did what, who was connected to what. Imagine if I knew all of that. Hypothetically speaking, of course. I could go to law enforcement with that, couldn't I? The National Crime Agency. But if those harbouring and funding Kevin Parle want a deal, I'm really up for a deal. And that deal would be, hand him over, right? Hand him over. I'm not saying frog march him into a blooming, excuse me, police station. But, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, all right? Hand him over. I'll leave them to do it their way, right? Don't kill him, right? Just hand him over. Ensure that he is captured. Manufacture a situation so that he is captured. And then if you do that, I give you a solemn undertaking that the secrets that I know, because I might know hypothetically about all your secrets, I guarantee those secrets will stay in there until I gasp my last. So you can carry on with your hypothetically very lucrative criminality, with none of it being disturbed, with none of it being discovered by law enforcement, with it remaining as successful into the future as perhaps, hypothetically, it has been.